Hey, are you a Pinterest beginner? You're just getting started with Pinterest and you're not really sure where to start. I get it. It's overwhelming. It feels complicated and you need just some actionable steps to get started. That's what we're going to talk about today. I've got 10 tips for you, really super quick, actionable steps that you can take today to help get you started on your Pinterest strategy. Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm a Pinterest marketing strategist, and I am here to help you learn how to utilize Pinterest without a ton of overwhelm. So let's get started. My very first tip for anyone getting started with Pinterest, their business just in general, you need to know your niche. You can't be super broad on Pinterest or you're just not going to be able to attract your ideal client. So make sure you know your niche, you know it well, you know who you're trying to attract, and talk to that one person. That is tip number 2. Talk to your one person in your pins, your posts, and really focus in on that one ideal client. Because if you're speaking to everybody, you're speaking to nobody. And I'm sure you have heard this from multiple people. I am not the first one to say it, but I feel like it needs to be said. So our top 2 tips: know your niche, know your ideal client. That is just baseline. We've got to get started there. Tip number 3, one that I think is easy to gloss over because it's not super glamorous. It's not super fun, except unless you're me, I love doing it. But that is keyword research. Make sure that you do some keyword research based on your niche and your ideal client. What are they looking for? You need to know what they're looking for, and finding those keywords that you truly want to get ranked for, your branded keywords, what you're about, you need to find those. So if you need some more information on how to find keywords on Pinterest, spoiler alert, you don't need a fancy program, you don't need anything, you don't have to purchase anything. You can do it all through Pinterest. I'm going to link that video right up here for you. Super educational, and I feel like it gives you really actionable ways to find good keywords for your niche. So definitely watch that video. It is a good first step in getting your Pinterest profile set up. Step number 4 is going to be to clean up your boards. So if you have converted your personal account to a Pinterest business account, what you need to do is just clean up those boards. And how you do that is you can either delete irrelevant pins, which is fine, or you can make boards, maybe a board is not relevant, you can just make it secret. That's okay. You don't have to delete it, just make it secret and you're good to go. And then all those pins related to that board will also be secret. If this video has been helpful so far, please make sure to hit the like button because it really sends it out to more people and it's super helpful. So thank you so much for doing that. Tip number 5 is to know your content pillars. So if you haven't already, come up with your pillars of content, what you want to talk about, what your niche is all about. 3 to 5 content pillars is a good place to start. You're going to take those 3 to 5 pillars, and those are going to be boards. And then you're going to take 2 to 3 additional subjects on each of those pillars that you can talk about, and then create boards for those. So you're going to have your main board, and you're going to have 3 other boards that you can create from that. Now they're all going to be separate boards. You're not going to do subboards within those. You're just going to use that to help you come up with board ideas. Starting out with around 10 boards is really great. If you can't get there or you have more than that, that's okay. There's no hard and fast rule. I like 10. It's a good even number. It gives you plenty of places to pin and repin pins. So that's why I say 10, but if you have 7 or 8, that's okay. You're going to gain more as you go along. Get started, get your content pillars, and then make sure you build more boards from those pillars individually. All right, step number 6, you want to make sure that your Pinterest profile is fully optimized. It's too much to get into in this quick 10 tips video, but I have a mini course all about how to get your Pinterest profile optimized. It's absolutely free. It comes with banner templates, it comes with board covers, it comes with Pinterest pin templates, and 4 tutorials along with even how to edit those templates through Canva and a PDF guide all for free. So make sure to grab that. It's in the description down below. It's super valuable, and absolutely everybody needs to have a Pinterest profile optimized. Just really start utilizing Pinterest to its full capacity. So it's super important. My 7th tip is to start small. Don't go crazy when you first start with Pinterest. It is okay to start small. I know you're probably hearing you need 10 pins a day and all this stuff, and that's just way too overwhelming to think about when you're very first getting started. If you can only do 3 pins a week, do those 3 pins a week. Are you going to see serious growth from just 3 pins a week for an entire year? No, but you're going to see more than you would have had you not pinned those 3 pins. So my advice is to try to have a goal of at least 1 fresh pin a day. It's like kind of the minimum, really. Like I said, if you can only do 3, do 3, but really have a goal of at least getting to 1. Think about at the end of the year, you do 1 pin a day for the entire year. You're going to have 365 pins out there working for you on evergreen status, ready to drive traffic to your offers. So the more pins you can get, obviously, the more opportunities you're going to have to find customers and clients and traffic for your blog or your website or whatever you need. But we have to make it sustainable for ourselves, and we have to be realistic. So depending on what your personal circumstances are, you need to set up a cadence that works for you. And it can grow with you over time. So if you can make your first goal 1 pin a day, that's fantastic. And then maybe your next goal is going to be 3 pins a day, and then 5, and then 10. And as you go along, it gets easier, you get better, you get quicker, you have more content to pin to, you can repin your top pins, and that helps you develop that content and pinning strategy. But start small, do what you can do. You don't have to be an overnight pinning master. You can start small and just continue to work up. Tip number 8 is really going to play off that consistency portion that we just talked about. And that is going to be to make sure you're scheduling your pins. I mean, I don't want you on Pinterest every single day, pinning 1 pin a day, creating a pin, pinning it, writing the description, title, all of that. Like, that is way too overwhelming. Nobody would ever get anything done on Pinterest if they did it once a day. You need to schedule those pins. So Pinterest has a native scheduler that you can actually go in and schedule your pins natively through Pinterest. And any video pin, I highly recommend doing through the Pinterest native scheduler anyway, because you're going to keep that quality. When you pin from like a third-party video pins, it kind of reduces the quality of the video. So pinning video pins through the Pinterest native scheduler is definitely something I recommend. But for your static pins and things like that, you can schedule through either the Pinterest native scheduler, or you can use Tailwind. I have a link to Tailwind down in the description if you're interested in using that, where you can schedule your pins. The nice thing with Tailwind is you can also schedule them to repin to different boards in a cadence that works for your profile. So you're not getting too spammy on Pinterest. It really helps you to make sure that you're not doing that and you're staying in Pinterest good graces. The other nice thing with Tailwind is that they are a partner with Pinterest, so they're approved. Pinterest has come out and said that there is no difference in reach between third-party scheduling with Tailwind and Pinterest. So it's a great program to use if you want to really start building that momentum, because it helps you repin and schedule out your pins. So you can do it all within a couple of days, get your pins scheduled, and you're good for the month. You don't have to keep going in there. The nice thing with Pinterest also is it's not like you have to go in and engage with people all the time. So you can schedule those out and then you're good for the month. That's how we get consistent and schedule multiple pins on our account, is using schedulers or the Pinterest native scheduler, whatever works for your account. You can also use other approved schedulers like Planoly is a good one, or Metricool. Whatever you want to use, just make sure it's approved with Pinterest. There's a lot of different programs that work, so use the one that works for you. I personally use Tailwind, and I have been super happy with it so far. Tip number 9, use templates. You don't have to create fresh pins all by yourself every single time. Use templates. Use the ones in Canva. If you want to purchase some, I have some for sale on my website. I'll put the link below. There's pin templates everywhere that you can use. So get a couple that work for your brand that you were happy with and use those. You can change the colors, you can change the titles on there. It just makes it really quick. So you can just pop different pictures in there, change the text overlay. If you want to change the colors, you can do that. Boom, fresh pin, you can get it on and you're done. So it just saves so much time to have templates. You don't have to recreate the wheel. Or if you love designing your own pins, then create your own templates and reuse them. There's nothing saying you can't do that. Definitely utilize templates and make it easier on yourself. My last tip is to try to use video as much as possible. Video is really getting pushed right now on Pinterest, as it is on every other single platform that I can think of. Video is king right now. So you want to have some video pins, whether you do animations through Canva or videos like this where you're talking to the camera. Videos that work really, really well on Pinterest are going to be educational, how-tos, behind the scenes, showing people how you're doing things. That works really well. You can also take a static pin and just animate it. Or I have some video pins that I'll link to down below, video pin templates, where I just take B-roll video, pop it in the back of a pin, put some text overlay on top, or maybe you have a video in a frame that plays as it goes along. And it's just a super simple, easy way to get those video pin reach without actually having to go in and create more additional content. So that's an option. Like I said, I'll leave a link below if you're interested in checking those out. You can also absolutely make them yourself. If you want to make a couple templates for yourself or you just want to do them as you go along, that's fine. I highly recommend either using your own B-roll or just grab something from Canva if you need to do it that way and get that video reach. So those are my 10 tips if you are just getting started with Pinterest. Now, you don't have to do them all today. I highly recommend you don't. Just take a couple, do steps 1 through 3 today and just work your way through it. There's no race to the finish here. Pinterest is going to be there. If you're like me, and I don't know, maybe you are, maybe you aren't, but I always feel like when I watch a video like this, oh my gosh, I have to go do everything right now. You don't, okay? It's not helpful anyway, because there's no way you're going to be able to do it all today. I just wanted to give you some actionable steps you can get started with today. And then as you're working through your Pinterest account, you're going to get better and better. You're going to get more pins, and Pinterest is really going to start working for you. Keep in mind, Pinterest is a slow burn. You're not going to see overnight success with Pinterest. You may see a pin go viral or something like that, but it's likely going to take you 6 to 9 months of consistent pinning to really start seeing growth from Pinterest. But once you do, those pins continue to work for you for months, even years later. I have pins from a year ago that are still getting views and still bringing me traffic. So don't get discouraged. Just keep going and improve little bits along the way. That's all you can do. If you have any questions about this or you want me to go deeper on any of these tips, please let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to do so. Make sure to hit that like button, and I will see you all next week with another video. See you later.